the patient are there, everything is closed down. The next day it will be open. So what use up? And you see in the country where cities are on the wheel and you move them from one place to another place to another place to make the maximum use of your CT scanning. Right? And here our CT is just fixed there for so many hours and no more. You have got staff, you have got space, you have got energy which is going on. Why you are not utilizing it? Oh, I will make another hospital. Every province, whether it is in the Punjab or Balochistan, everybody is just shouting at the top of the voice, I am going to open a hospital of so many thousand beds. How many? Have you got the trained manpower?
Well, when you think of it,
have you got the trained doctors? Yeah. Have you got technician, technologists?
That's right, no support.
So there is no planning, nothing of the sort. Even today we are destroying whatever we have got.
Mm. Well, that's the tragedy. When you think of fundamental discoveries that have been made in science, they've been made in tiny places, in little garages.
That's right.
In little hutments.
That's right. And they don't send anybody for the basic sciences training.
There's no money in it.
They don't.
That's something.
And then a physician one day will come, says, I can teach physiology. What is that which they can teach, I cannot teach?
Really. Terribly short-sighted, really.
Yeah.
And what is more, the concept in the mind of static institutions, static ways of thinking, static considerations of faith, of scriptures, or you name it, and history, and of course history lends itself easily to distortion, to lies, and yet it influences behaviors. They can be manipulated. It's really and the other sad thing is that a lot of these concerns are to be found around the world. It's as if a whole sense of values and morality and integrity have changed literally around the world.
We are static, and
we're worse off.
Yes,
because we can't even think that we're.
Yeah. And at times I get depressed. I don't see much light down the tunnel, right? And the next door, if you go to the neighboring countries, they all are making progress.
Yes.
They are making progress. I keep on moving to Chennai, or to Lahore, or to go to Shiraz. They are thinking of tomorrow. We are thinking of yesterday. That's what we did.
Yes, even further
all
back.
The time, yesterday we are thinking.
So,
scared of introducing or bringing the fresh blood. I'm scared.
That is very true.
I'm scared of it. But you can do certain things and now let the other generation take it over from you. It doesn't mean that you have failed, no. Your success lies that there should be a continuity. Pass it down.
That's right. Yes. Absolutely right. So we agree on that. It's sort of in many ways tragic to see.
Still, we are not prepared to pull down the meager resources we have got. We are not prepared to pull down the resources.
Yeah.
Even that could help a lot. We are not.
Yeah, it starts somewhere and move on.
Yes.
So that's all the more. That's all the more reason for looking at what you've managed to create as being astonishing, really, given the given the conditions, this lack of support.
But without academic infusion, a time will come that this will stop.
Yes, that's very true.
There has to be constant academic infusion in it.
Yes, these are interdependent functions. Education.
As we were discussing about robot, opening and all doing those things, now you remove the prostate one day and tomorrow after radical prostatectomy, he can go home.
Come together over many years of considering.
Yeah.
But just basic thing, how to change. How does one bring about a change? People talk of revolution.
Yes, it is. Still, the only thing is that at the end, what I feel, Kamal, that if we break down, our spirit break down, then if there is a little bit hope, that will not be there. So, what I feel that even although we are dragging, but in dragging we should keep our head up and we should try to show it is still doable and that we can salvage the situation. That message has to go to the youngsters.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's really where the
That has to go. That has to go because there is nothing wrong with the younger generation. It is we who have let them down. We have let them down, and what happened that we have been to some extent, maybe something wrong. We have been very sensitive as well, and if we have been let down many times, we say, let it go to, we are not going to bother. But I think the other people are not least bothered, right? That doesn't matter. So far they get grade 22 and grade 23, they are least bothered. So I think to raise the academia, I think we have to stand up again. We have to, the resources have to be pulled down, whether it is Aga Khan or it is South City or it is civil hospital or whatever, we have to. We should go for the best of the candidates. Still you can get very good candidate from the institution which have got no name and they will come forward, they will be very hardworking. So that we have to do. We have to create a nucleus of the young men and women, whether it's in medicine or in paramedical or in the other organization, that they should be motivated to pull up the people around them and to bring them at par and show them what the body is doing.
Yes, indeed, yes, it's very true. It's this whole process of human resource development,
That's right.
which is crucial actually.
Yes. Very crucial it is, very crucial.
It's crucial not just for institutions, but literally for survival of the planet at the end of the day.
That's right.
It's just,
I will quote you late Sir Sultan Muhammad Aga Khan. I was reading one of his speeches. I said, I'm not seeing you today. I want to see you tomorrow. What the tomorrow will be for you. And what you are going to contribute to the tomorrow of tomorrow. I still remember that thing. So I think we have to contribute. We have to contribute.
well, certainly your effort has been.
Ask anybody who will say, no, the country is gone, everything is finished, and the only thing is that you should go in a mosque and just pray God Almighty to help us, to forgive us. All those things will go on, and they will put your mind at peace. Don't worry, don't bother about it. But I think we have to keep our mind irritated, thinking why it is going on and how we can improve it. At least we can ignite a hope or a challenge in the younger mind that we have let you down, you don't let down your generation.
It's true. It's very, very true. It's very true. one can only hope that something happens, because it just can't carry on the way it is.
Yeah.
You don't, it's terribly frustrating to see. There's so much resource in the country.
Yeah.
There's so much intellect. There's all kinds of things.
Oh,
But it all needs to be nurtured.
They don't have. I have in Sakkar, when I'm taking classes there, I have to be very careful, because the more 90% are girls, and they have, for the first time, they have left their home and have been exposed to the world outside, coming from a conservative family. But the tablets are in their hand, and any topic they know that you are going to teach, they know 10 times more than what you know. And that is so redeeming, so refreshing.
Yes.
They challenge you. They challenge you, and sometimes people get irritated and we just laugh. Well, she's challenging you, she's right, prove her wrong, but at least appreciate that she has read that, she's reading that, and she's the first person, the first generation of the whole lot who have been downtrodden, kept behind the burqas. For the first time she has come out of the house and she's challenging you.
Well, thanks to all the access
so,
to sources of information now.
That's right. And now they are trying to restrict even that, because every alternate day there will be a sermon from the mosque that unrestricted access to computer and these should not be provided to the ladies. But unfortunately Maulana himself doesn't know how to use computer. That's the advantage.
Yes, yeah. Wallow in the state of ignorance, which is terrible. No,
Still there is a great hope. If a movement is started to simply to buck up the youngsters, to encourage them, to guide them wherever they are, and let them think the way they are thinking. Let us not impose our thinking on them.
That's right. If they would, if only they would start questioning.
If you allow them to question,
it would be then that would lead them to find solutions for the problems.
I remember in your outpatient, one of the great feature was that you used to ask them, say something. I still remember in those days there used to be the ladies with that niqab, only these eyes were there. And once he told to me, say something, say drop dead. I remember, and you encourage them, even them, to speak, to say something.
Yes.
And that was the beauty. Now, no student dare to speak before a professor. A professor may be talking, unfortunately, something which is so obsolete. But because professor is talking, it cannot be obsolete. So until unless you give them freedom of speech, appreciate if they are criticizing you, sit with them and study. One of my boss was Sir Dennis Poolwason, and my job was to take his lectures when he was going to give the lecture in Manchester University. And that was my greatest pleasure to be his career, all those things. And I remember the new terminology had come at that time, that was about calcification, metastatic calcification.
Oh.
He said, it is rubbish. What is that? I've never heard of it. I said, you haven't heard it. It is there. He didn't believe it. He said that you have to show me. And in the lecture he said that there is another terminology, metastatic calcification, which is teaching a stone. Although I don't believe it, the whole class says, no sir, it is there. And then he laughed and he appreciated everything. Can I say the same thing here? No. If Prof has said anything, that's the last word.
Oh.
because he is examiner.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5 points are there.
I had experience of that when the great Bhutto had, his solution for healthcare was to stuff the medical colleges with so many students,
Yeah.
and the graduates will not find jobs in the cities.
Yeah.
They're bound to go into the rural areas.
To the,
It's so
that's right.
pathetic.
Pathetic.
So we had these ward rounds of the students. I don't know, there were 25 or more who would show up, and pretty soon they all dwindled down to about 12 of them, and then one bright day there were about 6 of them who said, "Don't mind if we don't come to your ward rounds." So I said, "Look, the ward rounds will happen. It's up to you whether you come or don't. But what was your? But tell me why you decided not to come." I said, "You see, we know that what you're telling us about solving these clinical problems is correct. I mean, that is the way to do it. But you are not our examiner, so we have to."
Wasting our time.
So well, fine. If you want to go, go, for God's sake. Don't. At least the few who remain would learn something. Oh, wow. So there have been very interesting experiences, and I would have had none of this if I had stayed on in Britain. Only there you would have been battling with the administration, with the changes that have taken place in the National Health Service.
What I will like to end at, that I don't think we will let you sit down like that. You have to come up again, make a comeback, and be at the forefront of educating the youngsters and giving them a new insight that it is for them now to make a new world, not for us. We have let down, no doubt, but they have to take the new world. All the research are coming from youngsters.
Yeah.
All are coming from the youngsters. They are doing that. They can see better, they can think better, they can read better, they can do everything, and moreover, they have got an access, much better access to internet and other things.
Knowledge, yes, that's true.
We must encourage them.
And they have the imagination as well.
Yes, we must encourage them and let them sit along with us. Let them argue with us.
Sure, that's absolutely right.
The pattern of education has to change.
Yeah, that it has to.
It has to change.
It's desperately needed.
It has to be discussion. I think I was reading about the old Greek method. I think it is most needed now in this country.
Yes, it is. It is.
Most needed in this country.
Good. Well, I'll share those papers with you, and
Sure.
you can
Right.
have a look.
I would love to.